boys, this build is absolutely crazy. This build will have you going invisible from volatile rounds. It'll have you going invisible from Echo of Undermining because now my grenades will weaken. It'll also have me going invisible because I can dodge to go invis. Meanwhile, I'm using omnioculus, so I have double smoke bombs, and when I kill an enemy who is weakened by the smoke bombs, I can go invisible. This is absolutely crazy. I've never made a hunter build as good as this one. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So for this build, we're going to use the Mobius Quiver just because I think it looks cool and it's pretty good for boss damage. We're also going to use Stylus Executioner, which states upon defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target, grants invisibility and true sight. After performing a Stylus Execution, your next melee attack while invisible weakens targets. Now I don't really use that part where the melee weakens targets, but that first part, defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. I'm going to be defeating volatile targets because of my volatile rounds from volatile flow, and my melee is going to weaken enemies, plus my super and my grenade also weaken enemies. So literally constant invis, which is amazing. Not to mention I'm also using the vanishing step aspect, which means whenever I dodge, I go invisible. So I can literally go invisible almost whenever I want. And on top of that, I'm using Gambler's Dodge so I can keep refunding my smoke bomb, and I'm using Omnioculus so I have double smoke bombs. Moving on to the fragments, I am using Echo of Persistence, Echo of Expulsion, Echo of Remnants, and this is the most important fragment, Echo of Undermining. What this does is it allows your void grenade to weaken targets, meaning that you throw your grenade at an enemy, it kills them, you go invisible because of Stylus Executioner. And I believe it's like a 15% debuff, which is nice, but just the fact that you can go invisible from getting grenade kills is massive. Now weapons for this build aren't necessarily the most important thing. I mean, I guess you could run a weapon with Wellspring or even Monte Carlo, but for the gameplay, I'm trying to level up my Osteostriga and my Likely Suspect. So those are the two weapons I was using. To be honest, you can get away with anything, but if I was to kind of min-max this build, I would use a weapon with Wellspring. I'm using 100 mobility, and I'm also pairing it with omnioculus. Now I already stated this in the beginning of the video, but this is hands down the best exotic for Nightstalker. Now what it does is it allows you to have 2 smoke bombs, and whenever you make an ally invisible, you gain about half of your energy back for your smoke bomb, and then you also get damage resist while you're in invisible. So I'm using it for the fact that I have double smoke bombs, because that's going to allow me to keep spamming the weekend, which is going to allow me to spam Stylus Executioner. So it is fantastic. And if I wanted to really switch the aspects around and use the I don't know the name of it, but the one where it's like shower dive with the smoke bomb, if I wanted to use that, there you go, I have double smoke bomb dive, whatever you want to call it. I forget the name of it. So yeah, this is a fantastic exotic. It is so versatile and you have to get it. Now moving on to the mods, I'm using Dynamo, Impact Induction, Volatile Flow, Reaping Wellmaker, Font of Wisdom, 2 stacks of Utility Kickstart, and 2 stacks of Well of Utility. Upon dodging, I'll get some of my dodge ability back because of Utility Kickstart, which will then also proc Reaping Wellmaker, so on my next weapon Final Blow, it will spawn a Void Elemental Well, which will then proc Volatile Flow and give me just a little bit of ability energy back. It'll also proc Font of Wisdom. Now Volatile Flow is really important because that puts Volatile on enemies. So killing those enemies that have Volatile on them will then make me go invisible because of Stylus Executioner. Also, since I'm using my grenade a lot to weaken enemies, Impact Induction will allow me to get grenade energy in return for damaging enemies with my smoke bomb. And since I'm using Gambler's Dodge, if I dodge near enemies, it'll refund 1 smoke bomb charge as well as proc Dynamo, which will give me a little bit of super energy whenever I dodge near enemies, which will then also proc Reaping Wellmaker and start the whole cycle over again. I pick up the Void Elemental Well, proc Volatile Flow, kill those volatile enemies with a void weapon, boom, I go back in Viz. It's just a constant cycle of this, and it is so powerful and so much fun. Now I made a video right before Witch Queen dropped in which I was talking about how people were saying that the new Nightstalker 3.0 was going to be weak, and in the video I couldn't disagree more. And now when I think back to my expectations before Witch Queen dropped, I would say that this definitely surpassed everything I could think of and definitely surpassed how powerful I thought it was going to be. So if you're a hunter main, I highly recommend trying this build. You will love it if you love going invisible, if you love spamming smoke bombs, and if you love weakening everything. You have to use this build. This is honestly tempting me not to become a hunter main, but to definitely use my hunter a lot more, because before I would use warlock and then I would hop on my titan for anything, and then I would just use my hunter for like honestly just holding stuff and just if I wanted to run a raid once a week. But I think that might switch. I think I might be, of course I'm never going to switch off warlock, but I think it might be Warlock, then Hunter, and then Titan. So I don't know, I still gotta try the Titan out, but this Hunter is just making me go crazy and I just gonna keep playing it. So definitely try this vid out, guys. But if you like this video, definitely stay on the lookout for more. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and leave a comment down below. I'm gonna be uploading a lot more videos, so definitely be on the lookout for that. All right, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Deuces.